5151, this is Hammerhead 6-2. TAC advises streets barricaded to the north. Find an alternate route, over.
Copy that, 6-2.
To the north. We are circling around you to find an alternate route, over.
Copy that, 6-2. Copy that, 6-2. Copy that, 6-2.
DC receiving heavy fire. Multiple hostiles inbound from 5-1's location. Request AC-130 gunship support. Let's get on top of it.
QRF is en route to reinforce. All on that position and
Let's get on top of it.
Now, D-Knight and myself have just returned from the cinema, the place where they show films, and we've been to see Transformers: Dark of the Moon. So I said I would give you a review, and here is my review. Do you know what? it was not bad. It was not bad at all. I really enjoyed it. Made me chuckle in places. There was how can I put it? Good effects, good actors. Oh, look at that freaking humiliation. Good actors to an extent, bar one. We'll get onto her in a minute. And great, you know, really good amalgamation of 2 or 3 of Michael Bay's other films that he's tried to, you know, and he's added great big robots to it, really. Lots of really nice geeky nudges in there as well, particularly to Star Trek, because Leonard Nimoy, the original Spock, does the voice of Sentinel Prime, and there's lots of nice little Star Trek nudges there. Oh, look, he's bad sod's done me there. So yeah, onto the film. I'll start with the bad stuff. The bad stuff is it is probably a bit long. It's 2.5 hours, but the main bad thing is Rosie Whitley Huntington, who's just been named the hottest girl in the world by FHM magazine. Well, I'll tell you what, she might be hot to some people. I think she looks really not pretty at all. But she's got an amazing body. I don't care if you've got an amazing body. You've obviously got the fucking personality of a shoe. And she's got sea bass lips that just look fucking horrendous. You can't take her seriously. And she just annoys the living piss out of me, frankly. She annoys throughout the whole film. If she wasn't in the film, it would have been pushing to be a 5-star film. I would say it's a 3-star film. The effects are really cool. You see some sort of character development with people like Optimus Prime as well as Sam. Shia LaBeouf is not too shabby, but the comic relief from, you know, when you've got good actors like John Turturro and John Malkovich doing your comic relief, you know you can trust them and they're going to do the business. So it's really quite funny. The guy from the Asian chap from Hangover was in it, Ken Jeong as well, and he has some really funny scenes, you know. But here's the thing, it's a 12A or a PG-13 if you're in the US, but as with some films I've seen in the past, like, it might be a 12A, that doesn't necessarily mean it's aimed at 12-year-olds. And it's really quite dark, particularly for a Transformers movie. And it's probably aimed at people that are sort of 20 to 35, rather than it's actually aimed at the kids. There's a lot of really dark stuff that happens in the film. I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but quite a few characters die, and there's quite a lot of deaths. Now, the way they get a 12A certificate is they don't show any blood. So a lot of human deaths in this film, and you don't see any blood. So that's why they get a 12A certificate. Or people die and you don't see them. You see them being shot in the back a lot of the time, that sort of stuff. But it was really good. I mean, the effects were, to be fair, really quite stupendous. I mean, I'm not really one for effects-driven movies. If you ask me if I wanted to watch an action movie or a drama movie, I'd much rather watch a drama movie. But you've got to put it into context, and this is a big summer blockbuster. You know, and I've always said that, I mean, like I said, I'm a film student, so I'm kind of biased anyway. But if you're a film student or if you're just an average Joe, it doesn't really matter. When you go to watch summer blockbusters, you basically need to just stop. You know, you don't need your pretentious beret. You don't need it. You can just stop. Leave your brain in the car or your brain in the bus, wherever, however you travel there. You might have walked to the cinema or whatever. You can leave your brain behind and not have to worry about it with overcomplicated, by and large, overcomplicated plots and, you know, complications and stuff like that. Now, obviously, that has happened in the past recently. Like films like Inception, you have to buy into it and you have to understand the film, or you'll be lost. And Source Code earlier in the summer was a really good example of that. It was a cracking film. I really enjoyed Source Code. But essentially, by and large, you don't have to worry about it too much, you know. And that's entertainment in its purest form. Look at me going on the slice. That's double slice there. I love humiliating people in this game. Although I'm not as bad as that, what's he called? Crazy filmmaker that just goes around ruining games for people. That's just being a cunt, mate. That's not even entertaining. You just make a fucking prize cunt of yourself. Anyway, so back to the film. I would recommend you go and see it. But like I said, leave your pretentious beret at home. You don't need it. Don't take it too seriously. It's just supposed to be big dumb fun, and that's exactly what it is. Yeah, I mean, it was good. They introduced some more, you know, Transformers and stuff like that. You know, it's some great big scenes, and there's obviously some what I thought were quite big nudges towards the US military, you know, a British military in general, and they tried to show like the humans taking on the Transformers and, you know, getting the better of them. And to an extent, it works as well. You know, it borrows quite a lot from films like Battle Los Angeles that came out earlier. I thoroughly enjoyed that. You know, it's very jingoistic in what it does, but it was still really fun. But again, we're going to come back to her again. This girl, Rosie Huntington Smythe Whitley Bay, whatever she's called. I've no idea why she was cast, right? And you know what you're going to get with Michael Bay, because he is quite, whether he's willing to accept it or admit it, he's a misogynist. He is a misogynist. He looks at women in a very negative manner, in my opinion, and I don't really go in for that sort of thing. You know, I don't find her sexy at all. Like, Megan had something about her. Megan generally was really sexy. This chick, I didn't find her appealing at all. You know, I said before, when you watch the trailers, there's lots of stuff where somebody, it looks as if somebody had just said, "Oh, act like you're scared and pull a funny face," you know. And man, I don't know whose dick she's sucking or what, or apparently she's sucking Statham's dick, isn't she? But man, I tell you what, how she got that film, I don't know. And any decent director would have sacked her and hired somebody else and reshot the scenes. She was, oh, slice. She was deplorable. She was really, really deplorable, to the extent where my good buddy D-Night here, we were driving home, and he said that he demands the little pinky finger of Michael Bay as an apology for her, and he was really angry, you know, accusing her of ruining the film. So I tend to agree. Victory is mine. I tend to agree, but you know, make your own minds up. I really enjoyed it. I took it for what it is. Some people might disagree. Let's have a look at this last one again. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Spread the word, because I'm fucking awesome. So yeah, go and watch Transformers. I think you'll enjoy it. And obviously Harry Potter's coming up in a fortnight. See you later. Ta-da.
Hostile RCXD spotted in your area.
Кидаю гранату!